Having tattoos lowers your chances of finding a job and also makes people think you're a drunk. Those two things, probably related. Anthony here for DNews, and a study run by the University of St. Andrews in Scotland showed that employers across just about all industries have a negative view of tattoos. They used words like dirty, repugnant, and abhorrent when describing how they thought their clients or customers would perceive tattooed people as employees. Now, I live in San Francisco, the most laid-back, hippiest city in the world, so my ideals may be a little off, but I still found it kind of surprising that tattoos are still that universally looked down on. So I thought I would check into the current perceptions of tattoos here in America. According to a 2010 Pew Research poll, about 23% of the U.S. is tattooed. A 2008 Harris Interactive poll shows that most of the people with tattoos said having them doesn't make them feel any different. But 40% say that it makes them feel rebellious. 30% said it makes them feel sexy, and 20% said it makes them feel attractive and strong. That's interesting. But what about the people without tattoos? What do they think of the people who are inked up? Well, 30% of them think that somebody with a tattoo is more likely to do something deviant. A quarter of them think the tattooed population is less intelligent and less healthy overall. The health response seems to be a mix of the perceived lifestyle of somebody with body art and misconceptions about the actual cleanliness of the tattooing process. And while we're thinking about that, you might want to know that since they started tracking the spread of AIDS and HIV in 1985, the CDC hasn't seen one case that came from a tattoo studio. There have been 7 that came from visits to the dentist. Of the almost 14,000 cases of hepatitis diagnosed every year, 12 come from tattoo studios, 43 come from dentists. So somehow, getting a dumb tribal armband is safer than getting a cavity filled. Women, by the way, seem to get their reputations hurt the most by getting tattoos. In multiple studies where people of all ages were shown pictures of women with and without them, the tattooed women were perceived to be less intelligent, motivated, generous, and honest, but more promiscuous and more likely to drink heavily. The interesting thing is that tattoos don't seem to affect how physically attractive somebody is found. They're a completely external thing, but they only affect how we judge a person's internal characteristics. That's quickly changing though, at least here in the US. Tattoo studios are one of the fastest growing retail industries here. And even the employers in the St. Andrews study admitted that it was less about their prejudices and more about what they thought their customers would think. You know, I've almost gotten a tattoo a couple times, and I'm sort of glad I didn't. Not because I don't like them, but because looking back on my ideas, they were all pretty stupid. I think I almost wound up with a gizmo duck once. Do you have tattoos? If so, do you think they change the way people perceive you? If not, what do you think of people who have them? Let us know down below, and subscribe for more DNews.